Thanks. Please work. Only 42 minutes late. Hey, better late than never, okay?
Agreed. I don't know if I'm quite quickly. It is, but it's the only option, right?
So why don't
Okay.
you buy your coffee from KFC?
KFC sells coffee?
Since you don't want bootleggers.
Not KFC.
Okay, who wants
The people on the
cappuccino?
live stream are going to hear that.
Want a cappuccino?
No, thank you.
Would you like a cappuccino?
No thanks. You don't want to make one here?
I feel like I'm gonna finish your pods.
Oh, girl, it's okay. Just do it. Just do
Are you
it.
kidding me?
Make sure the water's full.
But is it milk here?
Huh?
You fine with almond milk? Okay.
And you could have the Plato's one. We could take them to the live stream. I don't have anything to live stream business-wise right now, so we can take a live stream of how to make the best coffee in the world. Come on.
Oh shit!
Okay. To the coffee we go. Okay, well, I have an idea. While I make the coffee, do you like sweet things? Okay. Do you want a regular one or a sweet one?
Regular.
Okay. So, Indigo, you've been working with me now in person for, wow, it's been a second, right?
Yeah, it has been a second.
Okay. What are some of the best business lessons you've learned from working with me?
Brand guidelines is your roadmap to a successful startup. Do not skip out on that. A business name and idea is not good enough.
Okay, talk about why. Why the brand guidelines?
Brand guidelines creates brand awareness. People know who you are. People knows what makes you different from every other competitor in the market. And it just makes your social media look exceptionally cohesive.
Love
It
that.
brings your brand voice forward, what you provide. I think a lot of the times with social media and new startups is we don't really know what the product is, we don't know what the service is, we don't know what the value is, because your brand guidelines are not put together. So number one, that's what I heard from Bridget. Brand guidelines is super important. Number two, legal documents. You are going to get into a lot of trouble if your documents are not in order. You give people the ability to steal your information and all your hard work if you have non-competes and NDAs that are not in place, and you just open yourself up to, you open a can of worms that's very difficult to close once it's open. So legal documents must always be in place.
Love that.
What else? I've learned so much.
Go back to the brand guidelines for
Yes.
a second, because I put the brand guidelines in my course, and I've worked with so many clients that actually already have an established brand, but their brand guidelines, and by the way, when we say brand guidelines, we mean like their color codes, their logos, their fonts, they're not in order, or they're, having maybe one logo and not a set amount of colors, and it's just kind of all over the place, and it shows in their website and their social media and their marketing materials. And then when they ask graphic designers or social media managers to go make stuff for them, it's ugly or it doesn't fit what the owner or the managers of the brand want it to look like, and then they're like, well, they made me this, but I didn't like it. So what that tells me is that your brand guidelines aren't together because you don't have any instruction or a one-pager to give to people that you're hiring to say, hey, this is kind of the look and feel of the brand.
Yeah.
And that's what is going to help build trust with your clients and kind of help them connect, to you. So it's super, super important, I think, and I love that you mentioned it.
I
It
love
makes me
that.
happy. It's in the courses. You have to get the courses in the marketing course. And then the second thing you said was legal, right?
Legal.
Yeah, that's another big one. I have come across a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs that, one, are just like too trusting, and so they'll sign contracts without even having them reviewed, which is crazy. You have to have it reviewed by an actual lawyer, depending where you are, but like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, like Indigo said, just having basic contracts in place. There's an acronym, it's CYA. Do you know what that means?
No, what does CYA mean?
Cover your ass.
Cover
Can I swear?
Cover your butt.
Yeah, you have to. And so when you have those things in place, it makes it a lot easier. And then also, like, we usually use, mutual NDAs, meaning like, hey, I won't talk poorly or about your business, and you don't talk poorly or about my business.
Exactly.
And then the non-compete is just making sure that we're not becoming direct competitors and more collaborators with each other, right?
Exactly.
So everybody in our web is really like connected, but we don't need to directly compete with anybody. So
I agree.
okay, what was the third? Sorry, I got excited.
What was the third one?
Yeah, I don't know, girl.
We covered brand guidelines. We have covered
Legal.
legal. Okay, give me a heading in one of your courses, and then I'll elaborate on what place and what I've learned from you.
I mean, it's all in the course, so.
Okay, choose a topic. That you think is overlooked by business owners.
Finance.
Finance.
Yeah.
Which part of finance?
I
Within the
mean,
actual startup, or between a client and a business owner?
I think both, but I think when I say finance, what I'm thinking of right now is that a lot of people just say, oh, I'm going to start this business and I'm going to build it and I'm going to do the best I can, but they don't take the time, one, to separate their personal and their business finances, to say like, okay, this is how much I'm allocating towards my business each month, and here's my expense tracking, right? So the first thing that you need to do is set aside a budget in terms of what's coming out of your own money and going towards the business, right? So am I going to spend $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month or $10,000 a month to go towards my business? So then when I'm making decisions about building a website or running ad campaigns, I know how much money I have to work with, right? And then that stops me from going the cheap route or doing the DIY, which never really gets done correctly or never gets done at all.
Correct.
So I think one, like having the budget for it and then separating the accounts. This is a huge thing in the US because there's a lot of like liability issues if you're mixing personal and business funds that people can come after your personal assets if you're not separating them. But then also it's a heck of a lot easier to track if you have it separate.
100%.
So I can see like, oh, this subscription is costing me this. Oh, I'm spending money on this. And then for tax purposes, it makes it really easy because all those things are write-offs.
Exactly.
So
I think that's also important because a lot of mistakes that I see business owners making is running the entire company through like Google Suite, like Google Sheets. And when it comes to actually starting to create automations and landing pages, it's so difficult to transition from the easy, cheap stuff to the more advanced automations and softwares. And so if you budget correctly, you budget the correct amount. I always say more is better than less, so that you can start off with the more advanced softwares, the more advanced automations, because we're living in a digital age, a digital revolution where everyone is using the best. And so if you're not using the best, or at least better than your competitors, the chances of your business surviving in this new digital age is 0 to none.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? We have 10 minutes till the next meeting.
We have 10 minutes.
We were supposed to go live a little earlier. I had technical difficulties. Here's another business tip. You ready for this one?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, the concept of dry runs. Okay, I learned this. I was in learning and development for many years, which is training. And essentially that's teaching people how to do things, but actually people don't know there's like a lot of like certifications and real ways to do this. You don't just teach, there's a whole skill set that goes with it. But dry runs are like practice runs.
Yeah.
And so last week we did the dry run for the YouTube live, meaning like I made sure all the technology worked and I got ready and I practiced, and then I still messed it up. It was 40 minutes late to YouTube live. So maybe next time 2 dry runs.
2 dry runs. Yeah. Dry runs are super important.
Yeah.
What is we're in South Africa right now, Cape Town, South Africa. Bridget's from America. So what is the number one mistake you see business owners in South Africa making?
I love this one. Okay, so I think one, when it comes to business in the States, I think that they're really good about making everything, I say Instagrammable, but what I mean by that is like you get there and you want to take out your phone and be like, wow, like look at this.
Yeah.
And they have, at almost all the businesses, they have very specific points that are kind of like the cliche pictures at all these places.
Right.
The only place in Cape Town that I've seen do it really well is Nice to Matcha,
Okay,
where they
yes.
have that mirror selfie thing on the sidewalk, and all the girls are going for TikTok and like taking the clips and just really having like those marketing Instagrammable moments
Right.
that make people want to put it on social media. I think that's a big one. And then one thing when I travel or if I'm visiting any city in the world
Yeah.
is I always check the hashtags to see like restaurants and
Right.
health and wellness things and my beauty places. And I think hashtags are way underused by businesses.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, I could look up Cape Town nails or Cape Town yoga or Cape Town exercise. That's how I found Ash, my trainer and now client. Like, that was simply because I went on Instagram and was like, hashtag Cape Town fitness. And he's the only person that actually consistently came up. All the trainers in Cape Town, and he was the only one. So I think that's a really big part of it is like using hashtags the correct way and then having really Instagrammable moments.
I
Yeah.
think that's great. And I think that's something that the South African economy lacks in. Do you want me to grab that?
Is it warm enough for you?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Try it just in case because I was multitasking.
No, this is ice cold.
It is. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Wait, so there's one place I really like in Cape Town called Plato's Coffee.
Plato's great.
Yeah, Plato's is good. They have a drink there called a Caribbean mocha. This is it. And what's so cool about Plato's is that you can actually order the drink there, but then if you want to make it at home, they have this powder. Yes, and look at the branding. They clearly have brand guidelines. See that, Plato? I really want to franchise one and then put like a work lounge in the back.
I think that would be a great idea. And Plato right now in the waterfront has positioned themselves so incredibly because there is a CrossFit gym in the building and there's also a athletic recovery center where you can get sports massages done. There's a sauna, steam room, there's ice baths. So in terms of location, they really thought it out. Like athletes and recovery, what's one thing an athlete wants before a workout? Coffee.
Right.
What is my immediate go-to after a sports massage? Coffee. So they have done such a great job with their location. But I think that we need to build a co-working space for creatives in Cape Town. In Johannesburg in South Africa, I would say that's still more corporate world. But in Cape Town, I think we have such a big space for creatives. And myself, coming to Cape Town and connecting with these incredible people, we have our startup, and to be honest, I would have never connected with them if it weren't for these spaces and for the creative space in Cape Town. So Bridget, I think you're onto something with creating a space for creatives and a workspace so that we can network, we can connect, have really great coffee from Plato, but just create a space where we can coexist and just build badass startups.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. And then the other thing that I noticed with a lot of like co-working or creative spaces is that they close really early.
They do.
So typically they'll close at like 5 or 6 o'clock. And right now, a lot of the professionals that I know in Cape Town, even South Africans, work US hours.
Yes, we do.
So it's like, how am I supposed to work US hours when the coffee shops and the co-working spaces close at 6 o'clock? It's the craziest thing to me.
Yeah. And we also don't have, I mean, in Joburg this exists, but we don't have 24-hour coffee shops. So if we could have a creative space and a coffee shop that was open virtually 24 hours, because Bridget and I have worked some mornings till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So if we could have a space where we could work and drink amazing coffee for 24 hours,
Yeah.
I think that would be the next best thing in Cape Town.
We need to build it. At least until 2 a.m. I mean,
least,
come on.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
2 a.m. is like doable. 3 a.m. maybe.
But I think also I want to keep it alcohol free. I
100%.
had thought about like different ways to do it, but I think it should feel like a lounge or like a speakeasy, but actually just be like a workspace.
A workspace. And I think with working those hours, it was so important to prioritize your health, your nutrition. And so if we could create a space that had like coffee, but also healthy snacks and healthy smoothies. So you're meeting incredible people, you have a workspace, you're networking, and you have access to health conscious drinks and snacks. I think it's a perfect world.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect world.
I love it. Okay, so let's by the way, this one I think is done now. It shouldn't be cold.
No,
Here,
it's
this one
steaming.
looks a lot better. Here we go. Better.
Amazing.
So you didn't have to wait for forever for the delivery.
For the delivery
Yeah.
of the coffee that would have spoiled.
Mm-hmm. And been lukewarm when it got here. We don't love lukewarm, do we?
No.
You guys, she's judging my, because I was
Way too
multitasking. I was multitasking and I had a hard time, but the funny thing is I do this every day and I never mess it up, so I think I'm a little nervous.
It tastes great. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
it looks like. It tastes great.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the videographer back here who's filming behind the scenes, but because we decided to move to the kitchen, now the behind the scenes are us talking with the fridge behind us. I'm sorry.
Welcome, Josh. Welcome to Cape Town.
Yeah. Hold on, we're gonna get more because we're actually here, we're working with Ash right now. And what's cool with Ash, so Ash is started out as my trainer and then contacted me, well not contacted me, but talked to me and basically told me, one, that he wants me to manage him, and two, that he might have some other people in the fitness industry that need management too. And we found, let's walk and talk. We found over the time that there's a lot of people that are doing really well in person or on social media, but they're not capitalizing on their audience. Is that the right word? Capitalizing on their audience? And so what we're building right now with Ash is a way for him to essentially make money, recurring revenue with his current in-person audience here in Cape Town. He has a wonderful fitness club. They do a lot of really great activities, hikes, kickboxing, a lot of really fun stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's working on a hot yoga one right now because it's winter. And then also he has a great international audience to where we can also help them out and create a subscription model with them. So Ash, you got to come sit with Indigo and I and tell us what you think. We need some business, what you've learned with Breezy. We have 1 minute left. 1 minute left. What's the best business tip you've learned with Breezy B&B? If you don't know, my family calls me Breezy, and because my business partner Akil knows me through family, he also calls me Breezy, and now everyone in Cape Town calls me Breezy because of it. So, do you want to sit up?
He's pretty cool.
Okay. So Ash, what's the #1 business tip you've learned? You
I
gotta.
have 1 minute, so I have to be fast.
Yeah.
First of all, you need to have a plan. A business without a plan will always fail. You need to have like a plan of action. Before now, I do have plans, but I'm not very good with plans. But with Breezy
And Indigo.
and this genius behind me right here,
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I can say in 1 minute, because if I have to go into details into the other things, there will be no time. It's 1 minute. Plan, guys.
Plan.
I love it. Yes,
What is it? Failure to plan is planning to fail.
that's exactly right. Yeah. Okay, guys, we gotta go to the next meeting, but we will go live probably again, maybe like Tuesday or so. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's
Tuesday?
do it.
Okay.
Awesome tips for you. I just gave you plan to do. There's a whole lot more just because of 1 minute. Okay, see you on Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday.
Bye.
I love it.
Wait, I was supposed to be watching it this way. How many viewers do we have?
That was so much fun.
1 viewer.
Only one view.
Don't worry, that thing's gonna build up.
I was supposed to be the second one. Who's the
Oh wait,
second
I'm
one?
trying to end it. Hold on, huh?
Are you still on live?
Yeah.